Taking out the front diff on the D815. I'm going to start with using this 1.5 millimeter, and I'm going to undo the sway bars. So that's 2 screws there. Then I'm going to take the shock pins out by using this 1.5 millimeter to take out the grub screw that holds it. Okay, that's one out. Two out. Then I'm going to take the shock screw off the top of the shock. It's a 2.0. Get this dirt cleaned out of here. Okay, that's on pretty tight. Okay, that one's out. This one there. Thought I cleaned all the dirt out of some of these holes I was gonna unscrew, but I guess I didn't do the shocks yet. Okay. This just came off the track from last week's club race. It's pretty messy out there. Okay. So those screws are out. I can take the shocks off. There's the pin. Take the other shock off. There's the other pin. Okay. Now I gotta go to my 2.5 millimeter. Oops. There we go. Let's take this thing off too. Okay. I need to clean this work area. Okay. So what I like to do is put one of my tires underneath the wing so it doesn't get all deformed. Put one underneath the tower. Okay. So I'm going to loosen that. That only needs to be just loosened, just so the case doesn't remain tight against the... Where's my light turning on? There we go. So the case doesn't remain tight against the chassis. I'm going to take the front screws out completely, and I like to keep mine separated so I know which hole they came out of. Okay, 2 screws are out. Put it back on the car stand. Forgot to undo these little screws in here. There's some 1.5 millimeter grub screws that pinch the inner hinge pin down. You only got to unscrew it like a turn just so it releases its grip. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see that, but the screw is right there. Okay, so that's out. That's done. Bumper's going to come off. It was only held in place by those 2 screws over there. Okay. So now I'm going to put my 2.0 on. Grab a pair of needle nose. So I need to undo these inner hinge pin bolts. So I'm going to grab the nut on the back and unscrew. And I'm pressurizing the nut towards the front of the car. That way the pin comes out. Not that not so the nut will go back, but so the pin will pull away here. That way I can actually grab the thing. Okay, so the nut fell off. Get rid of some of that dust. Jeez. Okay, now let's do the other side. Same thing. I'm gonna hold the nut. I'm gonna unscrew the hinge pin, and I'm gonna push my tool, my needle nose, towards the front of the car so the pin backs out. And the pin's already coming out, so that's good. Put that nut over there. Okay. So now, this hinge pin's pretty much ready to come out. I'm going to put my hand underneath to catch the shims, which are here and there. Oops, dropped a couple. Let's get rid of some of that dirt. Now I'm blowing stuff everywhere. Great. Okay. Put those back. Put those back. Okay, so I just want to keep all this stuff together. I'm going to put it on the hinge pin and clean all this stuff up later so it goes together nice and clean. Oops. Okay, there we go. Okay, now I'm going to do this other side. Hinge pin's coming out. I got my hand underneath to catch the shims. Okay, let's see what we got here. Just throw that in there. I don't use the other metal shim in the front. It takes up a little bit too much space and kind of pinches the arm, so I don't put that one on. Maybe after the arms have more runtime on them, maybe they'll wear in a little bit, and then I'll put the other one on. But for right now, I don't really need it. Okay, and I'm going to keep that on that side so I know it's that one. Now I'm going to switch this to my 2.5. There we go. And I'm going to start undoing the front of this case here. Doesn't matter if you do the top or the bottom first. I'm just going to break all of them. You could probably bypass this step too, actually, but there we go. Alright. These screws are really long. The electric screwdriver really saves you a lot of wrenching, so it's good for that. Oops, that's not in all the way. There we go. Okay, this should be out. Let's turn it a little more. There we go. Okay, so that's out. So these are loose, but the front half of the case is still kind of holding it, and it doesn't want to unthread. Okay, so there we go with that one. Okay, these are out. Okay. This, all this dirt here. I'm going to mess with this later because I don't want this diff to roll out of here and next thing you know it goes under my car. Oh, actually, I guess this will come out now. That's okay. 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 So now I'll get these dog bones out of here. Okay, and there it is. There's the diff.